That's our beloved David Klein Lovett with us this morning on Meditation Music. Thank you, David, Practitioner. So wonderful. Well, good morning, Agape. Good morning and welcome. Welcome to Agape this morning. We are so grateful to have you all with us this morning. We have an amazing and beautiful service, and I'm just so grateful to just honor this wonderful community and honor all of you who are this community. 34 years that we're celebrating. It is such a blessing. All right, we've got this amazing house band with us this morning. Tony St. James on drums, David Neal on guitar, John Hart on the bass, and Eric Butler on keys this morning. We got Ray Davis in the house. Hey, can I get a little something, Eric? What you got over there? Yes. We're celebrating Ray Davis. So he's going to be leading us in our chants this morning. I'm Mary Ann Lewis, Music and Arts Director. It's my pleasure to welcome you all here to Agape. Thank you. We love you. What you got, Ray?
Good morning. Let's sing. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me know that love is all around me. Yeah, that love is all around me. Oh, let me know that love is all around me. Let me know that love is all around me. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. That's it. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me learn from all the ways I fall. Let me learn from all the ways I fall. Oh, let me know that love can heal us all. Let me know that love can heal us all. Oh, let me walk each day a little wiser. Let me walk each day a little wiser. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. In a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Let's try this. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Let me serve in a holy, holy. Oh, let me share the good that's overflowing. Let me share the good that's overflowing. Oh, let me care for those around the world. Let me care for those around the world. Oh, let my steps reveal the path of peace. Let my steps reveal the path of peace. Oh, let me share in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. What you got, David? What you got? Let's go back now. Oh, let me share in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me care in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, that is so good. Ray Davis, the Agape House Band, thank you so much. We want to welcome you all here. I'm Reverend Julie Moret. We're so grateful for your presence. And today I am able to share the meditative thought with you. As we stand at the precipice of the holy day season, how precious it is to know that underneath all of our celebrations There beats the heart of love, of generosity, of a kinship with all life. This collective awareness, whether you call it Christ consciousness, the light of life, or no name at all, electrifies the atmosphere. And when we open our hearts to fully embrace it, illuminates our inner being. These are words to be with over the next week by our very own Reverend Michael Bernard Beckwith. Ray, take it away.
Thank you, Reverend Julie. So good morning again, Agape. Good morning, all of you who are joining us today. And let's sing together our opening hymn. The words will be on the screen. It's called Use Me. I used to think God was the sun, God is the sun, but God's so much more than the earth or the stars or all of creation. God is creator, all in all, needing us to shine its light as me, as you. So use me, oh God, I stand for you. And here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Command my hands, what must they do? Command my life, it's here for you. God is the love that heals all creation. God is creator, makes all things new. And God needs us to shine its light as me, as you. So use me, oh God, I stand for you. And here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do.
Thank you, Brother Ray. We welcome you to Agape. In the name of the great Spirit, mind, and body, all in alignment with our celestial body, that we may reflect the wholeness and the wellness that is intrinsic to our being. I welcome you to Agape today. Our musical inspiration this morning is Dwight Trible. The spiritual aspect of Dwight Trible's music is especially important during these particular times. He sees the artist role as an opportunity to elevate the consciousness of his community and throughout. He communicates with his unique, deeply soulful phrasing and expressive gesticulating performance style. That's Dwight Trible. Along with being an extraordinary jazz performer, Dwight Trible is an excellent arranger and writer. He's worked with Oscar Brown Jr., Harold Belafonte, Norman Connors, Patrice Rushen, Babatunde Lee, and many other greats. I wanted him to be here. I searched him down and said, where is Dwight Trible? We always want to support our artists. So when you feel the vibration of Dwight this morning, buy his music on dwighttrible.com or on Bandcamp. Will you do that? Brother Dwight.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun up in the sky, well, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting by, yeah, you know how I feel. It's a new day, it's a new dawn, it's a new life for me. Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah. Breeze on the trees, yeah, you know how I feel. Blossom on the trees, yeah, you know how I feel. Yeah, freedom is mine, well, you know how I feel. It's a new day, it's a new dawn, it's a new life for me, for me, for me. Whoa, whoa. Yeah! Oh yeah! Yeah, yeah! Feeling good right now, don't you know?
Dwight Trible. He's got us all feeling good up in here. And look at this wonderful band. There's Eric Butler over there on the keyboards and David Neal. You were killing on the guitar, David. I wanted to say, Brother John Hart is cooking over here. And look here, is that Tony St. James behind that mask? This is the Agape House Band in support of Dwight Trible. Ray Davis is with us today on the chant aspect of life, all put together by Marianne Lewis, our Director of Music and Arts here at Agape. And we're here for God, which means we are here for you. I welcome you to Agape today. Many of you have been with me for the last 3 days. If we were going into the Now Summit, and it's very powerful. Thousands of you tuned in. And I just want to remind you, of course, that one, you can go back and watch all of the archives of that until December 15th. I think that's how long it'll be up. And if you missed the summit for whatever reason, you can still get it. You just go to agapelive.com/summit. You'll get a link, and you can watch it, and it's all for free. Our birthday gift to you in celebrating our 34th anniversary, moments of transformation, moments of transformational knowledge, inspiration, healing, powerful 3 days. Avail yourself of it. For those of you who are new to our community, this might be your first day. This is a dogma-free zone, okay? We want to welcome you. And how we want to welcome you is we want you, since we can't hug you, we want you to just kind of embrace yourself and get a sense of how precious you are. You are precious in God's sight. While you were in your mother's womb, the presence of the living God knew your destiny. And you emerged from that womb with so much potential. We're embracing you in this moment, and we're saying, welcome to Agape. We recognize you. We see who you truly are. The spiritual image and the very likeness of God itself. Indeed, you are truly a one-of-a-kind miracle, a one-of-a-kind genius, one-of-a-kind brilliance, luminous. You are an infinite being, a one-of-a-kind that will never exist again quite like you. And so we invite you into your own heart, that you may hear the voice of God thundering, that you are meaningful, you are significant, your life matters. You get to represent God. We love you, we appreciate you, we thank God for you, and we welcome you to Agape. Welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make yourself at home. There's your chair right there. As I'm thinking about that, I'm thinking about the beginnings of Agape when Bill Ropel used to sing, welcome to Agape, welcome home. He would sing, there's your chair right there. And so I just popped into my awareness as I'm thinking about you. Anyway, we have wonderful practitioners that many of them are online right now. They're chatting with you. They're holding you in prayer, and many of them are in prayer vigil. They're holding us in prayer for the perfect unfoldment of this service. We appreciate them. They do yeoman work, great work in consciousness for themselves, for the community, and for the world at large. They are represented today by Derek Poirier. And Derek is going to come forward and represent the practitioners this morning with the affirmations, the purpose statement, the selected reading, and the evocation. Brother Derek, say your last name.
Poirier.
Poirier.
Yes.
I always kind of...
it was stylized.
I just stylize it. Yeah, I just kind of jazz it up a little bit.
It's great. Good morning, everyone. Welcome. It's my pleasure to be here this morning. Reverend Michael's theme for this month is, with all thy getting, get understanding and inner standing. And his topic is, what now what, and how? This morning, I have the joy of facilitating our meditation with music by practitioner David Klein Lovett. Our musical inspiration today is Dwight Trible. Licensed practitioners are currently holding prayer vigil and engaging with you in the comments of the broadcast on Facebook Live. You're invited to share any prayer requests there or contact our prayer ministry directly. Now it's time for our affirmations. I invite you to please stand and repeat them aloud after me, line by line. I am guided, governed, and gifted by the eternal presence of Spirit within me. The high frequency of divine love resounds through all of my relationships. Excellence is encoded on my soul and evident in my expression. A consciousness of awe and wonder makes all things possible in my life. Standing in trust, I let God be God as me. Gratefully, I let it be. And so it is. Amen. Thank you. And now it's time for Agape's purpose statement, the very reason why we're here. Our purpose as an intentional spiritual community is to be a living environment for the individuals to realize that they are unique emanations of God, the love intelligence governing the universe. We embody an understanding of our oneness with God, and we consciously practice this truth in our everyday lives. Through the New Thought, ageless wisdom teachings, and the energy of unconditional love, we are committed to individual transformation and to being a beneficial presence on the planet. Simply, we are here for God. This morning's reading. Our selected reading for this morning comes from the book The Mastery of Love by Don Miguel Ruiz. It can be found beginning on page 8 of chapter 1, The Wounded Mind. You have the power to create. Your power is so strong that whatever you believe comes true. You create yourself. Whatever you believe, you are. You are the way you are because that is what you believe about yourself. Your whole reality, everything you believe, is your creation. You have the same power as any other human in the world. The main difference between you and someone else is how you apply your power, what you create with your power. You may be similar to others in many ways, but no one in the whole world lives their life the way you do. You have practiced all your life to be what you are, and you do it so well that you master what you believe you are. You master your own personality, your own beliefs. You master every action, every reaction. You practice for years, and you achieve the level of mastery to be what you believe you are. Once you can see that all of us are masters, we can see what kind of mastery we have. Well, let us take a moment to go within for a moment of prayer. And how grateful I am to know that right where we are, this powerful presence, this light, this love, this grace, this wholeness is the very moment of this moment. The I am that I am is now in this space. I'm so grateful to call it forth. I'm so grateful to know that I am anchored with it. I am anchored with it. Each and every person within the sound of my voice who can hear my voice is grounded in this wholeness, in this light, in this love, in this peace. It is the grace of God that is this moment. And how grateful I am to know that we are all anchored in this loving wholeness. We yield to the mastery of ourselves. We yield to the wholeness of God. We yield to the presence of Spirit that guides us now in every day, in every way through our lives. I bless this service. I'm so grateful for Reverend Michael. I'm so grateful for the magnificent message he brings forth. I'm so grateful for the power and the presence of God that guides him and each and every one of us this day and always. I'm so grateful to anchor this truth as this service, as our lives in this moment, as I simply give thanks, releasing this word, knowing it is completed as whole. And so it is, and so we are. Amen. Peace and blessings.
Thank you, Practitioner Derek. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The doors are virtually opening. Matter of fact, the virtual doors are always open. We're welcoming you into the sacred space of your own inner awareness. Ray Davis and the wonderful beings over here are inviting you in vibrationally.
Sing with me. Oh, God is real. God is magnificent. God is light. God is love. God is real. God is magnificent. Oh, God is light. God is love. Sing, I am real. I am magnificent. Oh, I am light. I am love. Oh, I am real. I am magnificent. I am light. I am love. You are real. Oh, you are magnificent. You are light. You are love. You are real. You are magnificent. You are light. You are love. Now we are real. We are magnificent. We are light. We are love. We are real. We are magnificent. We are light. We are love. God is real. God is magnificent. God is light. God is love. God is real. God is magnificent. God is light. God is love.
And that is the absolute truth. God is real. The presence of God is light. And we have evolved to come to an understanding that, as Jesus taught, God is love. We must worship God in spirit. So God is spirit and in truth. So we consider that God is love. We consider that God is life itself and God is light. We release all of the human projections onto God, and we're able to sit and bask in the presence of God in a very powerful, meaningful, and life-changing way. So you don't have to cower and be afraid of God. You don't have to appease or please God. You have to commune with God. And you'll discover, as you're communing with God, that your life is the life of God, because only like substances can commune. Water and oil can't commune, but you can commune with God because your life emanates from the power and the presence and the love of God. God is real, light, and love. We welcome you to Agape. Agape means love. The unconditional, all-conditional, non-agenda love, a total outpouring and giving of itself without any sense of withhold. And we're here to perfect that loving within our own heart and within our own soul. There are wonderful things happening in our wonderful global community, and we're going to call Wayne Bottomley up to highlight some of the things going on. Brother Wayne?
Thank you, Reverend Michael. Good morning, Agape. It's a beautiful, magnificent day here at Agape, and we are so grateful to have you with us live on the Love Stream. Please visit the Agape website at agapelive.com for more information on all of these announcements and so much more. All times listed are Pacific Standard Time. Wow, what an anniversary. And in true Agape style, we are still celebrating. Get your limited edition 34th anniversary t-shirts Long and short sleeve styles are available for a limited time. Order yours now. Go to agapelive.com and click on the store and apparel. Register now for Reverend Michael's Meditation 2.0. Join Reverend Michael in the first class of the new year. Recommit to a deeper meditation practice and help build a strong foundation in preparation for the year ahead. 5 Tuesdays beginning January 12th at 6 p.m. Sign up today online. Today, Teen Agape is open online at 11:15 a.m. Connect with like-minded teens, engage in transformational processes, and learn how to live the principles of Agape. Click the Teen Agape banner on the website for more information and to join. Get your Agape Youth Fun Packs filled with inspirational activities to support your child's spiritual learning and practice. We have expanded the live classes to include preteens ages 9 through 13 at 2 p.m. and children ages 3 through 8 at 3:30 p.m. Both are on live Zoom with music, singing, and more. To join, email revleon@agapelive.com. Agape has daily morning prayer at 8 a.m. and noon meditation at 12 noon, of course, to support you spiritually during your Safer at Home period. Go to Agape Live at Home for more details. Fridays at 5:30, join the Agape Spiritual Community Gatherings. This is an enriching, inspiring gathering led by our practitioners and ministers. Email scg@agapelive.com for more information. Do you need to talk to someone? Are you feeling overwhelmed? The Crisis Support Clinic will be in session tomorrow. Email us at crisissupport@agapelive.com to set up your 20-minute appointment. The clinic will be open from 4 to 6 p.m. Pacific Time. One from the Heart presents a seminar, Hot Communication, honest, open, two-way. Join Reverend Coco and Janet Dion, ALSP, MFT. Allow yourself to open your heart to clear communication in all aspects of life. Saturday, December 12th at 1 p.m. Go to our website, click on the banner to sign up. This is our gift to you. Loving Hands Unite, the Adoption Foster Care Fertility Ministry, will have their monthly meeting December 11th at 7 p.m. via Zoom. If you would like support with any aspect of the adoption process, please email Loving Hands Unite at agapelive.com to receive the Zoom link and join us. And you can join the Lesbian, Gay, Bisexual, Transgender, Queer Plus Ministry Saturday, December 12th for the 3 p.m. Zoom event. It is Open Mic Saturday. Bring your talent via spoken word, dance, art, or any creativity to share. Please email lgbt@agapelive.com for Zoom link and password. See you there. Agape's Common Unity Ministries is happy to announce our annual toy drive benefiting the Children's Life-Saving Foundation. It is now open for donations online. Plus, we have another wonderful opportunity to support veterans that are transitioning into housing. We are so excited to have you join us for both of these opportunities to share. Please email cuyouinaction@agapelive.com for all the details. Agape Nation, how has being a part of the beloved community changed your life? Has Reverend Michael's teaching enhanced your practice or helped you find your purpose? What's your testimony? We want to know your story and all the great work you are doing in the world. We'll share your Agape miracle during Agape's 34th anniversary celebration. Make sure to upload your 2-minute video by using the banner on the Agape website. Have you answered the call to dance with the Rev? Dance to be the blessing. Start right where you are. Put a little joy in your life, a kick in your step, and bring the bliss with you wherever you are. Upload your 1-minute video dancing during a Sunday service at the banner on the Agape website, and you may see yourself dance with the Rev on social media and on Sundays. Post to social media using the hashtag Dance with the Rev, and remember to tag Agape. And are you ready for 2021? Are you ready to reset and to usher in a new year? Then save the date for Agape's New Year Intensive, The Sovereign Soul, Meditation, Visioning, and Activation with Reverend Michael, Friday, January 1st, 2021, from 11 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Pacific Time. Stay tuned for more details. That's all for now. Thank you for listening. Have a beautiful day, everyone. Peace and blessings, Agape.
That was Wayne Bottomley. He has the regular expression of giving us the bottom line, which is why we call him Bottomley. His last name really isn't Bottomley. His last name really is Topley. We call him Bottomley because he gives us the bottom line. I'm joking. Anyway, we're bringing back Dwight Trible as he brings forth a deep sense of devotion to the presence of God Almighty, God all beauty, God all love. Hear it from that consciousness of whole soul devotion as only Dwight can deliver it.
Dear Lord, God of heaven and earth, Alpha and Omega, praise your holy name, creator of all things, everywhere, always, you are life, compassion and forgiveness, and above all things, a pure and perfect love. You are the peace that surpasses every earthly understanding. You are the only hope. On my knees I pray, call on you, Lord God. Come forth the lonely that mourn for their loved ones. Watch over the children, every one of them, so they don't go astray. Oh, no, 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 no. Lord, heal our hearts and souls. Help us, love one another. Oh, bless our dreams without measure. Oh, Lord, how I truly do yearn for the day to you mankind returns. Dear Lord, oh. Help us learn to love one another. Bless our dreams without measure. Lord, in my heart, how I truly do yearn for the day to you mankind return.
That is the one and only Dwight Trible. That voice, that vibration, that frequency, that devotion, that love, that jazz influence, that is Dwight. God bless you. Thank you for being here with us today. Thank you, House Band, for carrying the way of music. And thank all of you for tuning in and catching the frequency and the vibration, the power and the presence and the love of God that is in your very life, and that ultimately and from before the beginning of time is your very life and being. When he was saying return, we're speaking about, of course, coming back to ourself, coming back to the very center that has no circumference. The center of God is everywhere, and there's no circumference in sight. And that center, we're at the very center of the mind, heart of the infinite, and there's no circumference to us. We are beings of light and luminosity and brilliance and intelligence that along the way many have forgotten, have slipped into a spiritual amnesia. and have forgotten who they are, whose they are, and what they represent. Our theme this month is, with all that getting, get understanding and get understanding. And I'm thinking about, as that came to me, I was thinking about, of course, Ecclesiastes and Proverbs that speak of Solomon, the son of David. And there's a point in Ecclesiastes and in the Proverbs where you get the realization that Solomon had gone through a period of soul sickness. He talked about all the things he had seen that had been done before, all the things that he had achieved, all the wisdom, everything that he had received and tried to get with his mind and with his power. At the end of the day, he says, vanity, vanity, all is vanity, striving after the wind. With all thy getting, get understanding. With all thy getting, get understanding. And I feel, as we look around the world right now, the world is going through a period of soul sickness, striving after the wind in so many ways. We see our pharmaceutical companies that don't promise or deliver any cures, and yet 70% of Americans are on pharmaceutical drugs. We see entertainment burgeoning. People are locked and quarantined, and they're caught by the great pirate, which is called entertainment. I'm not talking about entertainment. I'm not talking about movies that inspire, that heal, that uplift, that transform, that give you a little reprieve from the stuff that's going on in the world. But we have a soul sickness of pharmaceuticals. We have a soul sickness of waiting for some kind of exogenous component to heal us. We have entertainment. We have a country that is consistently putting profit over people time and time again. The world during this time of a dying of an old paradigm, of old way of being, might makes right. He or she who has the most toys at the end of the day wins. We're seeing the dying of an old paradigm and the birth of the new, but in the midst, there is some soul sickness going on. Profit over people. With all thy getting, we must get some understanding and some understanding. We must finally come to an awareness, as one of the themes that emerged out of the summit, that where we are coming from. We are emerging from the quantum field of ultimate reality. We are emerging from the power and the presence and the love of God, as Brother Tete reminded us yesterday and Sue Mortar reminded us the day before. We weren't merely created, that we actually have emerged from the field of light and love and beauty and intelligence and luminosity, and we have forgotten this. And individuals are caught up in a kind of a soul sickness, kind of waiting for the government, waiting for the pharmaceutical companies to give us a vaccine or some kind of cure, waiting for something out there. And we have forgotten our understanding that we are the light of God, brilliance, body, temple, genius. And so don't catch, as I'm speaking to you this morning, that I'm talking about anti-anything. I'm talking about pro-something. I'm remembering right now a recent or a graduating class of our practitioners a number of years ago. And as we do sometimes, I would say, before they take their test and before they do their oral examinations, I would say, can the class hold you for anything in prayer during this particular period of time? And one lady raised her hand, and she said, yes, I would like for you guys to pray for me that my name gets placed higher on the kidney transplant list. My kidneys don't work anymore, and doctors have assured me that this kind of disease, there won't be any healing of this. So I said to her, well, shall we just try to heal what you have? And she said, no. No. The doctor said it can't happen. And I implored her again. She just graduated from the prac class. I said, you don't want to try to heal the kidneys that you have? She said, no. I just want to be moved up higher on the list to have a transplant. I said, okay. And then this story went in my head. It's like you know how you get a whole story, even though it takes longer to tell, you got it. It's like, bam. So the story went in my head about Alan Watts, who was sharing this story about his wife always being late. And he was saying she was always late, and he would always do particular things to try to speed her up. She always found a way to be late. He would even lie to her about what time something started so that she would get there on time or come down. She would find a way to be late, even with that. So one day, he's in New York in Central Park, and he told his wife, we're going to meet and have a little lunch, but you got to be on time because I got a meeting. She's late. So he's sitting in Central Park, and he's thinking to himself, my wife is always late. She doesn't respect my time. She doesn't respect me, blah. His mind chatter is going on. Then he stops. And he says, my wife loves me. She respects everything about me. She just has a casual relationship to time. And then he said to himself, I can use this time to meditate. And that began to be a part of his practice. His wife always gave him ample time while he was waiting to contemplate the divine, to meditate. So that whole story went in my head. And so I said, her name was Donna. I said, well, Donna, while we're waiting for the transplant, let's see what we can do. And she said, okay. Now the resistance was gone. And I said, this is what I want you to do. I want you to take the Science of Mind and Spirit textbook, and I want you to read the chapter on physical healing. I want you to pay close attention every day to the part that talks about the healing of kidneys. And then I want you to give thanks for every other organ in your body that's working, so that your attention is shifting to gratitude about what's working while you're reading about the possibility of healing where your kidneys are concerned. Will you do that? She said, yes, I will. And then I said to the class, how many people today woke up and gave thanks that their kidneys were working? No one really raised their hand. And I said, this is what I want you guys to do. Every time you go to the restroom, I want you to imagine Donna. We call it the pee-pee prayer, the praying while peeing. And I want you to pray for her every time you use the restroom. So we had Donna opening up her receptivity, and we had the practitioners holding her in prayer several times a day, by the way. So we meet a few weeks later. It's time. They've taken their physical examinations, their written examinations. They're about to get ready to take their oral examinations. And Donna is excited to share, my kidneys started working. It started working, and they're working. Oh, my God. And the doctors want to do surgery to find out why they're working. I'm not letting them. Anyway, this was years ago, and they're still working. She was waiting for an exogenous surgery, and she got reminded that her body, when the proper conditions were met, could heal itself. You see, the world is going through a soul sickness, waiting for something to save them. And we need to get some understanding up in here and remember that your life is the life of God. Your life is the life of limitless love, intelligence. You're not just a body. Your life is the life of love, beauty, intelligence. So while you're waiting for something that's going to happen, it's going to protect you and save you, why don't you remember who you are? Why don't you stand still and see the salvation of the Lord? Stand still and see the self-elevation of your consciousness and come back to yourself. Soul sickness is running rampant. 70% of people in America are on some kind of pharmaceutical drug. Some are probably necessary. You don't want to put that down. But it means that underlying all of that, there's not just some soul sickness. There's some mental sickness and there's some physical sickness. People are not taking care of themselves in this toxic environment of corporate media, toxicity in the air from pollution, the ground and the soil being depleted, toxic thinking, hate and degradation and oppression and racism, all manner of toxicity. You've got to remember who you are. Individuals have forgotten God. We need some understanding. We want to have some understanding, but then understanding is the activated knowledge that is within you. It does you no good to hold the Bible in your house. It doesn't no good just to go to church. Doesn't do any good just to know about this stuff. You've got to know it alive. You've got to go in and go deep. You've got to have a realization like Donna had when the doctors told her that her kidneys would not work. Sean Stevenson was on the summit, broke his hip when he was a young man, running a sprint. His spine was deteriorating at a very young age. The doctors told him, you're going to have this for the rest of your life. Here are your drugs. For 2 years. In order for him to go to sleep with all the immense pain, he had to take these drugs. And he was asking, why me? Why can't somebody help me? Why me? And then one day he asked an empowering question. He asked, how can I alleviate this pain? How can I help myself? And the moment he asked that question, opportunities started showing up and answers started coming. He started discovering about nutrition. He started discovering about supplements. He started discovering about what his bones were made of, magnesium and calcium, not just calcium. He started studying, and through the power of his own intentionality and his moving forward with proper nutrition, that which deemed to last for his entire life, within that year of about 6, 8, 9 months, he was healed, and that was years ago. He no longer looked for something outside of himself. He remembered body's genius. What have you forgotten? What you waiting for? The world is in soul sickness, and it's been normalized, you see. Corporate media, every commercial, a drug for you. Side effects worse than the symptoms. But we've been seduced and provoked into a mental and emotional malaise. We've forgotten our connection to the presence. We've forgotten our connection to the presence. What did Sue Morter remind us in the summit? That a virus, all viruses are opportunistic. They can't create an environment. They just occupy an environment by which they can live. And if your body is acidic, if your body is prone to acid because you're eating too much sugar, drinking too much alcohol, whatever the case may be, then a virus can live in it. If, in fact, your body is not prone to that, then it can't live in it. What have you forgotten? What have you been hypnotized into? What thought have you been seduced into? As I said back in March, the world has taken a nightmare pill. And everyone has been seduced into this malaise of fear and doubt and worry, and they have forgotten what Jesus the Christ said when he said, "Is it not written, ye are gods?" You have a soul faculty of critical thinking, a soul faculty of being able to think independent of experience and to absolutely declare and decree with an understanding of your oneness with God, activated presence for real, not hypothesis, not theory, not I believe in God, but I know God. I'm feeling the presence of God as I'm doing my inner work on a regular basis that frees me from the downward spiraling of fear and doubt and worry, and elevates me into a state of consciousness of absolute assuredness. As the presence of God is for me and nothing against me, and as I said earlier, we're not talking about a man person in the sky. They must worship God in spirit and in truth. God is spirit of love and beauty and intelligence, and we are coming out of that dynamic. We are emerging from it. So the topic would say, what now? What now is the vibration of emergence. It is you waking up on a daily basis, knowing that you're connected with the presence of God and saying, what now? What now is trying to emerge in my life? What gift is trying to be given to me during this time of tumult? What latent talent is seeking to be activated? What opportunity is in front of me? What now? What now? Not why me? What now? And if you stay with that in a very sincere way, as Sean Stevenson had his empowerment statement that brought him to healing, you'll begin to be fed by your own internal gyroscope, connecting you to the very center of your own being, and you'll begin to hear the spirit of your own soul. This is the path, walk in it. You need nothing outside of yourself. You just need an understanding of yourself and an understanding and activated spiritual awareness of the self. You'll hear it. Something's trying to emerge. And you know what it's going to do? It's going to take you out of the survival mode that you live in most of the time. It's going to move you into a thrival mode. What now? What's trying to emerge now? What's trying to happen now? You're going to start coming out of, oh, I got to survive, I'm going to die. You're an eternal being, you're an immortal being, you're never going to die, so get over it. You start to hear that voice. And then you'll say, now what? What is the presence of God? We all come from the wetness of the presence, you see. And we'll say, you'll go from asking what's trying to emerge to declaring, now what? Now peace, now love, now joy, now prosperity, now health, now wholeness. How many times have you done that during this soul sickness season? And fear and doubt and worry is captured and seduced the mind of millions of people. How many times have you stopped and said, now God is on the field? Now peace is taking over my life. Now joy is burgeoning up. Now power is moving through me. How many times have you said, now what? God is flowing through you? Or have you just kowtowed and awaiting for something in the future that a pharmaceutical company is going to give you to protect you? Grow up. Spiritually mature up in here. Now what? As I said earlier, this is not an anti-anything. I'm trying to wake you up to yourself. This community is dedicated. It's an intentional spiritual community. It's not accidental. It's an intentional spiritual community about our spiritual growth, development, and unfoldment, waking up to our intrinsic nature, activating it, discovering it, expressing it, and waking up to it, not being armchair metaphysicians, simply believing in a lot of different spiritual laws, but actually practicing them so that our light shines so brightly. And then it's what now? Emergence. Now what? Declaration. How? And how? If thine eye be single, thy body shall be full of light. This is spoken on different levels. One, if you have a total commitment, your eye is single, and you have a strong intention to wake up, a strong intention to be of service, a strong intention to allow for your life to be an instrument of generosity and love and compassion and kindness and creativity and resourcefulness and innovativeness. If your eye is single on that, your body will be full of luminosity and light and brilliance along the way. And then on the mystical level, your body is an optic nerve. And when your eye is single, when that eye becomes so focused, you light up like a Christmas tree inside of you. Luminosity. This is not metaphor, not sweet poetry. It's the real deal. You've got to know who you are. I shared a few weeks ago, maybe, I think I did, As I was sitting in my office a few months ago and I was about to participate in a Zoom class, and when I got up off the couch, I was blind. I couldn't see. I was blinded by the light. And when it first happened, I was a little nervous because I couldn't see anything. And then I saw it was just this light all around me and all in me oozing. Wah! And Reverend Kathleen and Lee came in. I said, I can't do the call. I can't see anything. I see light. That's all I see. So they delayed the call, and I just sat in it for a while. And then after a while, I could see the light, and I could see this world as well. I could see the 3D world, and then there was a balancing of it, and then I was able to do the class, and of course the residue of that light is here. I say that to say in substance that you are light. As I looked at Reverend Kathleen, as I looked at Lee Simon Brown, I could see like a fountain of light in their being, just cascading. That was their real being, you see. They weren't that body, they were that light of love and beauty and intelligence. We've forgotten. We've abdicated our power as sovereign beings to something external, overreaching of governments, pharmaceutical companies. I think we've gone from a war economy to a pharmaceutical economy. Now, that's not to say there's some things sometimes you need to take. I'm not putting that down at all, so I don't need any emails about it, okay? And I'm not anti-anything. I don't need any emails about nonsense. I want you to become so spiritually mature that when you tune into a spiritual community, you actually practice. Ooh, what a concept. You actually sit down, I'm sitting to wake up to my glorious nature. I'm not waiting for anything outside of myself to make me happy. This is what Solomon went through. He'd gone through everything, achieved everything, finally saying, this is all vanity. Vanity, vanity, striving after the wind. With all thy getting, get understanding. And today we're saying get understanding as well. Get an understanding about the sacred laws. Get an understanding about your connection with the presence of God. Get an understanding that you have emerged from the quantum field of ultimate reality. You are an eternal, immortal being, forever and ever unfolding. Get an understanding that you are a one-of-a-kind, unique expression of infinite potential. Get an understanding that there is nothing within you that cannot be overcome and transcended and transmuted. Get an understanding that life is for you and nothing is against you. Get an understanding that everything you could want and hope for and desire is within you. You don't have to steal from anybody. You don't have to manipulate. You don't have to lie. You don't have to get into greed. Get an understanding. You've got it within you. You got to set it free and then do the inner work so you have an inner vibrational standing of it. You walk in it. You glow with it. You shine with it. And you become a fantastic vibrational clearinghouse at this time in human history when everyone is cowering and they're fearful and they're worried and they're doubtful, and it's exacerbated by the corporate media giving you the lowest common denominator of the human experience every single day. You must be the reporter of the good news that God is on the field of your consciousness. You must be that kind of reporter. And so you ask in substance, you get into your nows. What now? What's emerging now in my life? Now what? Now love, now peace, now joy. How? Total commitment. You remember that old story I used to tell back years ago about the chicken and the pig walking down the street, and all of a sudden the chicken perks up and the pig says, "Why are you so happy?" And the chicken says, "Our name is up in lights, ham and eggs." And the pig says, "What?" He says, "For you, that's a contribution. For me, that's total commitment." Unlike the pig, when you get into total commitment, the only life you lose is your former self. You lose what you don't need. You lose the patterning of thoughts that put yourself down all the time. You lose the fear. You lose that self-doubt. You lose the boredom of the mind. You lose, when there's total commitment and one pointed awareness, you lose your old life. And so it begins with you. And this stuff is so simple. It's so simple. When you have one point of awareness, when your eye is single, and you just do little basic things every day. You don't let the great pirate steal all your attention. The entertainment is called the great pirate because it steals your creativity. Do you know what entertainment is for? To inspire you. So when you see some great entertainment doing something, it strikes something within you, and you say, ooh, what now for me? Ooh, that was a great movie. That was a great song. That was a great dance. Ooh, something in me is so strong. It wants to come out. I'm inspired by it. Ooh. And so we come out of the soul sickness of accumulating all this stuff. I'm going to get all this entertainment and drugs and this and that. And say, oh, that's vanity. Striving after the wind. I'm getting some understanding. And you know what begins to happen? And you really, I don't want to use the word serious, but you get reverential about your practice. A feeling tone happens when you are preparing to go to your own altar. When you go into the place that you pray, for me, like my taste buds start to change. I just walk over there and start to meditate or pick up a book and read a paragraph or something, and my taste buds change. My mouth, the spit in my mouth changes. It's like, ooh, nectar. Something happens chemically. There's a bliss, there's a love, there's a something. Ooh, this is good. This is good. And then you're able to go out into the fitful world, and the world's fitful. There's all kinds of stuff. I mean, even in bursts of creativity, as we've been doing the summit with the team, I mean, we've been in high productivity and creativity for weeks and doing all kinds of stuff, but it's been fun. But you go out into the fitfulness, and there's just a buoyancy. Ooh. You should use that kind of word on yourself sometimes. Do you? I'm not talking about taking something and making yourself feel that way. I'm talking about going in, you just feel. Life is good. Life is good. So with the world going through its fit of soul sickness and with corporate medias just running roughshod over people's minds, seducing and provoking them into fear and doubt and worry, having them wait for some type of exogenous something they're going to use in order to protect themselves, in an intentional spiritual community, it is our job to wake you up to yourself. Not put anything down necessarily, but to wake you up, to lift you up, so that you become an individual that's inoculated against the fears of the world, vibrationally. And like Sean Stevenson, your body can heal. Like Donna, your body can heal. Like many other people, your financial body can heal. Your mental body can heal through you opening yourself up. What now is trying to emerge? Opening yourself up. Now, God. Now what? The what is a quality. How? I single. I have a priority. And many people get this priority when they're in crisis. You know how it is. Oh, if I get out of this, I'm going to pray every day. If God gets me out of this, I'm going to tithe. I'm going to study. I'm going to take classes. We want to remember those moments, but keep them in the moments where there's no crisis, and just fall in love with our practice. Fall in love with it until your saliva tastes like nectar. And you start to see the light of your own being shine so bright. And then you can look out upon the world and see the vanities of the mind moving through human consciousness, but you won't get caught. And then you'll realize that all that stuff you see in corporate media are really prayer requests from a sick society. Physically sick, 70%, and mentally sick. Good is outside of myself. That's a mental illness. You see? That's a mental illness. If you think you're good, it's outside of you. All of that becomes your prayer request. Fear not. It's the presence of God's pleasure to give you the kingdom. But you must be gracious enough to receive it, to be available to it. As I have said recently, the greatest ability is availability. Your greatest ability is your availability. Are you available? Are your priorities straight? And this is not being religious or pious. It's about being free and in joy. Free and in joy. I think I'm going to stop now. You know why? Because it's time to let the body celebrate. It's time to get golden up in here. I'm just remembering Marianne and I, our minds are starting to do a Vulcan mind meld, because I was thinking this week, I said, I think I'm going to call and tell her to play Golden. I get here today, and that's what they're playing. And I said, okay, we're starting to do that kind of thing. But I remember at an initiation I had, and I'm kind of running through a little memory lane because it's an anniversary, and that kind of happens sometimes. But I can remember in an intense period of my life, and I was obviously in prayer and meditation, and then I went to this dream. I was dreaming when I lucid dream, and I was flying up, and all of a sudden these beings, there was this one being, like a feminine being, and it was all these beings, and they were surrounding me, and they were singing this song, Michael, you are golden. Michael, you are real. And I was given some knowledge that I began to teach when I came out of that. And I realized that I was in a moment of initiation. I want you to know there's an initiation waiting for you right now. Not outside of yourself, but there's something within you that wants you to recognize it and wants you to call it forth, that wants you to make it priority. And you'll get your own sign about your goldenness, about your luminosity, about your beauty, about your joy, because it's all God's luminosity, God's beauty, God's joy as an individual expression of you. I said I was going to be quiet, but this is the truth. Get an understanding of this, an understanding through spiritual practice. Understand it, then understand it. And then you'll dance. Woo! Come on. Let's see the dance with the Rev. That's Brother Nate. Nate's got some moves. He's dancing to Optimistic. Nate Wright, R-E-I-T. Nate, come on now, you're moving. That's Brother Nate. Give him a little shout out on the chat for his grand moves. Now it's your time. It's your time to join with us to to feel the vibration of the Most High cascading out of the no thing to become the very something of your life, and for you to rock with it, for you to dance with it. Let's roll. Let's rock. Let's roll. You know that. Hey.
Taking my freedom, putting it on the shelf, putting it on my chain, making my neck. I'm taking my freedom, putting it in my car, wherever I choose to go. It will take me far. I'm living my life like it's golden, 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 golden, living my life like it's 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 golden, golden. I'm taking my own freedom, putting it in my song, sing it loud and strong, grooving all day long. I'm taking my freedom, putting it in my stroll. I'll be high stepping, y'all, let my joy unfold. Living my life like it's golden, 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 golden, living my life like it's 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 golden, golden. I'm holding on to my freedom, can't take it from me. I was born to do it, it comes naturally. Strumming my own freedom, playing the God in me, representing His glory. I know God's proud of me. Living my life like it's golden, 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 golden, living my life like it's 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 golden, 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 living my life like it's golden, 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 living my life like it's golden, 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 living my life like it's golden, 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 golden. I'm living my life like it's golden, 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 golden, living my life like it's 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 golden, golden. Like it's gold, like it's gold. I know my life is golden. My life, living my life like it's golden, 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 golden, living my life like it's 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 golden, golden.
Feel. You are real. You are golden. You are love. You are peace. Your joy. Feel into that as we segue into our dynamic prayer modality, of which we have already been in. This celebration is prayer. The dance is prayer. It makes us more aware. I invite you to be great if you dare. Just don't act like you don't care, because you do, boo. And so we turn within and we get a real sense that all of life is gushing through us right now. All of life is gushing through us. We're Niagara Falls, perhaps. We're backed by Lake Erie when it was full and unpolluted. Everything is working together for our good. We step into the prayer frequency and we launch ourselves into gratitude and thanksgiving and dynamic appreciation for life itself. And we allow for this gratitude factor to allow us to see unequivocally that life is alive. Life is good. Our very life and being is the life of God. And so in this dynamic recognition of the truth that makes us free, the truth of our being that makes us free, we feel so one with life itself, so one with God, so one with love, so one with truth, so one with wisdom, transforming knowledge, creative intelligence, so one that we're able to say, I am that. And from the great I am, the word is spoken for each and every one of us today, that we may be free, spiritually liberated. We may embrace our great cosmic destiny that's localizing itself as our life. And that divine wholeness is reigning supreme in us. Divine wellness and well-being, peace of mind, transcendent joy, a joy that transcends circumstances and situations, all of this. And more than words can say or even convey is flooding our being right now. We are the light that lights up every man, every woman that comes into the world. We say mother, father, God. God holding the polarity of masculine and female. We would say that God is gender non-conforming. The original. Pure spirit. And it's from this connection, this contact, conscious contact with the presence of God, that the word is not merely words. It's an activated presence, vibrational frequency that brings forth wholeness and safety and security and well-being as it activates us from the very depth of our being. Oh, I want you to feel it. I want you to feel it. Oh, feel it. Feel it. Ray's going to help you feel it for a moment.
Haven't you heard? Haven't you heard? You're the light, lighting up the world. Haven't you heard? Haven't you heard? You, there's no darkness. Haven't you heard? Haven't you heard? You're the bread, you're the wine, the word. Haven't you heard? Haven't you heard? You're the light of the universe. Haven't you heard? You're the light lighting up the world. Haven't you heard? Haven't you heard? In you there's no darkness. Haven't you heard? Haven't you heard? You're the bread, you're the wine, you're the word. Haven't you heard? Haven't you heard? You're the light of the universe.
Are you catching the feeling? Catching it? Haven't you heard? You're the light of the universe. This is true for Idris Hester. This is true for Jackie Freeman, Sylvia and Julia Marshall for Channel. This is true for Peggy Zimmerman right where she is. She's the light of God. Kane and Jennifer Dyer. Jennifer's passed. Father just passed. His name was David. Just passed over. He's still the light of God. We bring forth the grace and the peace of mind for Jennifer and Kane right now. Oh, beloved Doris James has shuffled off the mortal coil. Doris, feel our love, feel our prayers for you as you are elevating to another dimension of life. We bless the Agape family and Doris's family with the peace of mind that passes human understanding. And we just see the earth right here in our hands. We see the whole earth. The presence of God has the whole world in its hands through us. And we see peace and love and wholeness and right action and abundance emerge from the death throes of an old paradigm and the birth pains of a new paradigm. We see it, we see it, we see it. And it's happening right now. Woo. And what do? We give. What do? We give thanks. We give thanks. And we allow it to be so. And so it is. Amen. Amen. Haven't you heard? You're the light of the universe. And this is your time to glow. We want to continue our glowing through our offertory time. We want to glow for God. We want to give for God. I was remarking earlier today, I said, what if everyone woke up one day and everyone had the same question? Everyone asked, how can I give today? What if we all woke up that day, that way? I mean, the whole heaven would happen, right? Immediately. If we all woke up with that deep sense of compassion and love and glowing with generosity and all those wonderful qualities. We practice that right now in our spiritual community. We turn within and we consciously bless our community known as Agape International, a nation among nations, embracing this entire globe with a love and a peace and a harmony and a wholeness. We bless what we have to give and we dedicate it to the knowing of truth that makes us free. And we give without attachment so that the universe keeps giving us more to give. We give thanks and allow it to be so. And so it is. Amen. For those of you who are already members of the Agape Nation, you may begin your giving process, however it is you do it. Text to donate, mailing it in, the website, the donation button on Facebook. For those of you who are new to this, I'll walk you through it. You can take your phone at this moment, and you can text the word GIVE to 424-321-6243. It's right here on your screen. If it's difficult for you to see, 424-321-6243, just text the word GIVE. It'll prompt you. You can decide the amount and the regularity. If you want to mail in your gift, make out your checks, money orders to Agape International. You send it to Agape International at 8549 Wilshire Boulevard, Suite 1156, Beverly Hills, California, 90211. That'll remain on the screen for just a moment or just a few seconds. You can begin to do this right this moment. I am reading your notes. I'm reading your letters. I appreciate the love and the great things that you are sharing with us at this time during our 34th anniversary. I appreciate some of the gifts you sent me as well. It's beautiful. Someone gave me a drum, and it's great. God bless you. And if you want to give on our website, you can. If you're on YouTube, if you're on Facebook, you can go to agapelive.com. That's a sacred, secure site, and you can make your donation right there. You see? And if you're on Facebook, you might as well stay there and just use the donation button. How's that for convenience, for your commitment? Do it now. Do it now.
Little song about transformation. Oh, yeah. When I finally begin to realize the truth of my being, I realize the mediocrity I've been living with is totally unnecessary, completely passé. Ah, yes. Goes a little something like this. He always thought he was an average man, average face and average hands, average feet set square on the middle tier. Yeah. Satisfied with his mouth success as much as any average man could expect, until the day he was beset by his greatest fear. Yeah, yeah. It all started with a feeling so intense it about to blow his mind. He said, what if I was born for greatness? What if I am really more than I think I am? What if mediocrity was never in the stars for me? And miracles and wonders was the plan for the average man. Yeah, yeah, yeah. For this average man. Yeah. All his life he said he'd find the nerve to stretch and reach beyond the bell curve, but never did for fear of drawing back an empty hand. Where'd it go? He said, what's an average man to do with so little time and all these things I think through? Maybe I should just stick to what I understand. Oh, but he couldn't shake that feeling, no. A feeling so immense it filled the whole blue sky. He said, what if I was born for greatness? What if I am really more than I think I am? What if mediocrity was never in the stars for me? And miracles and wonders was the plan for the average man. Yeah, yeah, yeah. For the average man. Oh, this realization's got me singing, got me thinking. Na 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 na. You can sing it with me if you want. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na.
Sing it. Sing it in your pajamas. Sing it. born for greatness, not for mediocrity.
Born for greatness.
We give thanks for the generosity flowing through the community that grants immunity from the lower frequencies of life. This offering strengthens our capacity to be of greater service. So we bless it, give thanks for the flow, and allow it to be so. And so it is. Amen. Amen. Na 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 na. Woo. I want you to look at this video. It's a child that's growing up in the Agape energy. This is from a few years ago, but check it out. It leads right into It's Kai Mitchell from a few years ago, but it's timeless and it's priceless, and it just speaks to, if you were watching our Youth Sunday a couple of weeks ago, they're growing up in this, and it's a very powerful community. Reverend Jason.
Good morning, Agape family. Again, it's my absolute joy to celebrate 34 years of Agape. 34 years of love, 34 years of freedom, 34 years of liberation, 34 years of transformation. And as Alice Beckwith said many years ago, it's still true. We are just getting started. I don't know about you, but 2020 has been a year. And there are some things that I'm truly grateful for that have still happened in 2020. I'm not throwing anything away. I'm not canceling 2020. I've seen wonderful things emerge. And I just spent the last 3 days saturated in the most powerful free summit that I had ever, it was free. It was free. One of the special things about Agape is we tend to give as a community when it's time for us to celebrate. Reverend Michael shows us that example during his birthday. He asked you to give to the community. And we're asking you again, it's the time for us to think about our end of the year giving in celebration also of the beginning. This is the beginning now. We are actually in Agape's 35th year. We're beginning that process now. So what can you do to support Agape? Maybe you want to give a contribution of $83 a month towards Agape's ministries and supporting and the sustaining of all of these things that you're enjoying. That could be $1,000 by the end of the year. Maybe you want to give above and beyond that. Reverend Michael mentioned to me earlier, some of you guys wait till the end of the year to give $10,000, $20,000, $50,000. We still want you to give that. We still want that. Go ahead and do that. But also for those of us that are stretching, maybe we've gone through different transitions of employment or finances, or the stock market's gone up and down. But what hasn't gone up and down? God. What hasn't gone up and down? Agape. Agape is actually giving more right now. More is happening right now at Agape. Virtually. Morning prayer. Noon meditation. The youth. Oh, we couldn't leave the youth out just because we're not here in person. Reverend Leon went from having one class for the youth to having 2 classes. Reverend Arlene has the virtual teens that are getting ready to start their class shortly in a few minutes at 11:15 Pacific time. It's not too late to register. But also, our Common Unity Ministry is making sure that the seniors, the children, and the families who might otherwise go hungry are being supported. Agape in the past year has had more students in their class in any year. We have classes now, literally, with hundreds of people. The Practitioner Studies program right now has the largest Prac 1 class that we've had in a decade. It's magnificent. It's power. More of this word, truth, power, this consciousness is showing up. And there are two ways that you can give to the end of the year dedication fund, our annual year-end giving. One, you can go to the website, agapelive.com. At the top of the websites, we have our banners for all the wonderful activities that are going on at Agape. Click there, sign up. Or you could send a text, our text to donate. A lot of you love that. 424-321-6243. Type in anniversary and you can set up your giving. You are in a no dogma zone, and you are here to fulfill your calling on the planet. Can you imagine a world without Agape? Well, 35 years ago, there was a world without Agape, and I know that my life has been better. The 15 years that I've been here, the 8 years that I've been a practitioner, and now stepping into my calling as a minister, I'm grateful for all of the ways you've given before, and I'm grateful that you will continue to give. I invite you to do the same. Reverend Michael?
Reverend Jason Davion Mitchell. Did he mention that it was not his son, Kai Mitchell? Did you mention that?
I didn't do that this time.
He didn't get a chance to mention it, but that's Cameron and Natalie's son, Kai Mitchell. So I just wanted to, he didn't want any emails this week. I didn't know you had a son. No. Cameron, Natalie. Cameron, thanks for sending that video in. We appreciate it. So Jason has laid it out for you, our anniversary year in giving. Pray about it and begin to make your offering, and we absolutely appreciate it. And also, you can still avail yourself of the summit that we gave you as a part of our birthday gift. If you haven't seen it, you go to agapelive.com/summit. You'll receive a link, and you'll have access to all 3 days until December the 15th. The conversation was potent. The teaching was rich. The spiritual camaraderie of my friends and colleagues was real. It's a good thing to binge watch. If you're going to binge watch something, you can binge watch the summit and change your life. Let's sing. Blessed always.
Blessed always, blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say amen. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say amen.
Never the service is not complete until the benediction. Reverend Julie?
And so I bless this service. I declare this service a thing of beauty that is now alive inside of you, that is now youthening and healing and nurturing and being remembered unto yourself, that this service is a reflection. It's like a great reflecting pond. And that through the ancestral sounds of Dwight Trible and the joyful, grace-filled sounds of Ray Davis and the Agape House Band. Did I say the name wrong?
You
Okay.
said it perfect. You said Trible.
I'm hearing something over here. I'm just knowing that the service was perfect, that it was beautiful, that everything inside of it is feeding you and healing you and loving you and nurturing you, that all the teachings moving through Reverend Michael Bernard Beckwith, the power and the fierceness and the truth with a capital T, that's what's alive in you right now. So we get to go forward so fully awake. And as we are awakened, we wake up the world and we create a new day right here, right now. This is so. I declare it so, and I say, and so it is. Amen.
Amen. Ah, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. You said Dwight Trible. It's Trible, but we like that. Tribe. I mean, he's part of the great tribe of God.
Yeah, that's right.
Dwight, I think we gave you a new name, brother. Peace and blessings, everybody. Let your friends know that we'll be back online at 11 a.m. shortly for our meditation service, 11:30 for our worship celebration service. Have a bright day.